Imagine for a moment there is a dragon you need to defeat. Everyone in the village told you to run, to not attack the dragon. You've heard stories all your lives about ancient warriors who have went into the same cave that you want to go to, and they've been defeated. Well, you don't know if they've been defeated, but they never came back to the village. These stories scare you, scar you mentally. So years of training ensue. Asking advice from those who went to the cave but never went in, you hear rumors spread, but they're all kind of different. Little information here and there. Some say the dragon is tall, huge, 10 feet wingspan, 6 foot tall, 6,000 pounds. Some more years of training ensue. Actually, you get better gear. You get a better sword. You get a better armor. You get a better shield. Training and training and training, but never actually going to the cave. You even hear a story of one ancient warrior going to the cave with no armor at all, only a wooden sword. That warrior never came back. You don't know if he was defeated, but he never came back to the village. Point is, you train more. Few years pass, and soon the cave just itches at you. The dragon itches at you. You know you want to defeat it, but there's a little voice telling you that you can't. Not only the little voice is telling you that you can't, but actual people are telling you that you can't. Sure, they haven't been to the cave before, but they they know more about it, right? But it itches. Something in you is telling you to go to the cave. Something in you is telling you that this is your purpose. This is what you have to do. You must defeat the dragon, get the gold. Motivation comes, but then discipline goes. And years pass. Soon you're a blacksmith, making swords that you were supposed to use to defeat the dragon. One day you just can't take it anymore. Too many years have passed, too much training, and contemplation goes, and it's time to go to the cave. Finally hop on your journey. People are scared for you, telling you that you shouldn't go, and all that doubt finally comes together when you're 1 foot away from the cave. It's dark, so you take your torch and you light it. As you step forward, you actually start to see the shadow of the dragon, and your fear rises more and more and more. But at the same time, as you step closer to the cave, the shadow of the dragon gets smaller until finally you are in the cave. You're there. The moment you've been waiting for is here, right now. You look around, empty. You don't see a dragon, which actually scares you more. Maybe it has powers where it's invisible, or these thoughts start to creep up your mind. Maybe it's more powerful than you ever thought. And then right when you're about to run out the cave, go back to a quiet life of being a blacksmith. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It wasn't that bad. You feel a nip at your toes. You look down. It's a lizard, no more than 2 inches in length. Step on it. Then you see 2 pieces of gold right next to the lizard. Pick them up, put them in your pocket. Was this the dragon they were talking about? No, it couldn't be. You find out that the cave isn't big. It's not wide. It's more long. Step up a little forward. Then you realize the cave is actually full of lizards. And the next lizard is a little bit bigger than the lizard that you just slayed. But then that next lizard after that one is bigger. Then the next lizard is that one is bigger. And then you look all the way down and you actually see a dragon. But the dragon's defeated, recently slayed by a warrior wielding a wooden sword. This isn't my quote, but I believe it goes great with this. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. This month is Men's Mental Health Month. And I'll be making a slew of videos like this. This one is about fear. You see, men, women, doesn't matter. It's just Men's Mental Health Month. So we fear a lot of things in our life. But fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. Another quote, wasn't for me. But Within the book Outwitting the Devil, it talks about the moves that the devil makes. And you actually find out through this interview that Napoleon gives us that the biggest move that the devil uses is your own mind. It uses your own fear of the thing. You see, there's something in your life that you fear. There's many things in my life that I fear. Once you figure out the secret, and here's the secret, you're stronger than that fear. You're stronger than that lizard. You're actually stronger than that dragon. There could be other people, other villagers who hold you back, who tell you, you can't defeat that lizard. You can't defeat that dragon. I went to the cave. The dragon was 600 pounds. I tried to be a musician. It didn't work out for me. I tried to create my own business. It didn't work out for me. I tried to go to college. It didn't work out for me. Whatever you pursue, there's going to be doubts in your mind. Granted, everything comes from God. That is the source. So if everything comes from God, then why do we have these fears, these doubts, these indecisions? Because that is a test of your will. That is a test. Are you going to stay where you are? Maybe a blacksmith, maybe a job you don't desire. Are you going to go for the next level? Are you going to turn yourself pro? Are you going to do what you have to do to get what you want to get? Because that is your true purpose. If it's itching at you, if it's aching at you, it's just in your head constantly. That is your true purpose. See, I can't tell you if you're going to fail the test, right? I can't tell you if you're not going to be able to get your certification. You're not going to be able to get your degree. You're not going to be able to get that job. You're not going to be able to create that business. I can't tell you that. I don't know you. But one thing's for certain. If you do not try, you will not win at all. If you do not go for it, then there's absolutely no point of thinking about it at all. And that's when the decision has to be made right then and there. And the decision in of itself, going to the cave in of itself, is where the devil lies. It's begging on you, hoping that you give in, that you stay the same, that you do not pursue the thing that you want to pursue. Because the thing that you want to pursue is the gold, is the God within you, is the person, is the percentage of the sun. So at the same time, it's up to you. It's not up to your mom, your dad, your uncle, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your friend, your no. It's up to you. Although many have failed on the journey, did they fail because, or did they fail because they quit? Now the English language is a tricky one because failure sometimes has two definitions, right? We often liken failure to we failed the test, right? We got an F on our test. We can't do it again. But although life is called school and it is kind of like a school, it's actually not like this. It actually isn't like school in that way, where you fail and you can't try again. This is why I call the English language tricky, because failure and success are two sides of the same coin. Failure is steps to success. Failure is the scars, the tatteredness, the muscles that you get to reach the success. Like how we say at the gym, right? Go to failure. Go to failure. Why do people always tell you go to failure? Why don't people just tell you succeed? Go to success. Go to success. No, they actually tell you to go to failure. That's because we need to tear our muscles. We actually need to rip our muscles, damage them enough in order to grow new muscles. But when you don't even try, that's actually what guarantees the failure. When you're when your doubt turns into indecision, and then your indecision turns into failure. So it's actually simple to beat the devil. All you have to do is take massive action, reduce the time from decision to action. Because that that block from decision to action is where the devil lies. He wants you to contemplate. He wants you to overthink. Think about the dragon. Oh, maybe the dragon is invisible. Maybe the dragon is this. Maybe the dragon is that. And the next thing you know, you're adding all these attributes to an enemy that you haven't even faced yet. So, what's your decision today? I believe that a big struggle within men's mental health is that we're never really going for what we want to go for. That's a big difference between women. I mean, women have it too, but it lies within men so much because we're like the pursuers, we're like the hunters. We want to defeat the lion, right? We want to hunt the lion. That's what we want to do. But does the lion have big teeth? Is the lion faster than me? So this contemplation builds this enemy higher and higher and higher until we actually defeat the enemy. We actually go for it, and then boom, we're locked in. We're ready to go. What are you fearing today? What scares you today? Maybe it's not as crazy as, and this is something to remember, right? We had to defeat like saber-toothed tigers. We have to fight saber-toothed tigers. We have to fight lions. You can't go for whatever your degree. You can't go for your music career. You can't go for that next promotion, that next job. You can't go to the gym. Your ancestors, if you're alive right now, your ancestors probably had to defeat a lion, come back, reproduce. You got that in your genes. You got that in your blood. But you can't ask that girl out, right? Think about how ridiculous that is. Could be a big reason why our testosterone is lowering generation after generation. Sure, I could tell you get more sleep. Sure, I could tell you eat your vitamins, get zinc, eat more meat, eat more eggs. Cholesterol is linked to testosterone, so get more healthy cholesterol, get more healthy fats. That's all good advice. I've given that advice before, but then again, maybe testosterone is also linked to the pursuit. Maybe testosterone is also linked to going after your purpose, going after the thing that's egging on you, the thing that you're constantly thinking about, the thing that you actually want to try to manifest into reality. Because whatever you want in this vast world is already yours. It's just about aligning with it, bringing it to your desired reality. If you want a banging six pack, a great body, you already have it. Now work backwards. What does that person do? That's what helped me get into the gym. That's what helped me making these YouTube videos. What would a YouTuber actually do? What would a person with a six pack actually do? They probably work out their six pack. You see how easy that is? It's easy because God lives within you. It knows everything that you need to know to pursue your goals. And if you have something that's egging on you, that's constantly on your mind, that's the thing that you go for. It's quite simple, but like how I said, how the devil operates, it's the contemplation. It lies within the overthinking, and then the decision, and then the action in the decision. Oh, it's this small. All you have to do is take that. It gets wider and wider as you add attributes. What if I failed the test? What would people think about me if I'm filming a YouTube video in public? Oh my God, right? Those thoughts occur with me. There's a bunch of cars right here. I thought, oh, what if somebody I know is watching me from a distance? Oh, that's Dante recording YouTube videos. But I remember not only the actual video I'm making, right? But I remember that number one, no one cares. And that's all you really need, right? But number one, no one cares, and a life of regret is so much more painful than a life of quote unquote embarrassment. So I call death the greatest motivator, because if you think about yourself on your deathbed, are you gonna think, man, it's good that I didn't go to the gym, right? Like who on their deathbed is thinking, you know what, man? I'm really happy I didn't go to the gym. I'm really happy I didn't do that. Really happy I didn't ask that girl out. Yeah. I'm so pleased that I didn't do that. I'm really happy I didn't pursue my music career. Probably wouldn't worked out anyways. And then another key thing is that and this is so crazy, right? If you just keep going, you're gonna succeed anyways. Once again, life isn't like a test in school where you fail once and you can never do it again and you're screwed. You're the semester's over. No, because it's not a sprint; it's a marathon where you slow down here, you walk here, you may even stop, get yourself some water, get yourself some electrolytes. If you ever ran a marathon, you know what I'm talking about. But there's gonna be a time where you're running, and if you just even walk, you will reach the goal. It's better to run. It's better to sprint. But if you get tired, even if you walk, you will pursue the goal. That's what inspired me so much when I ran a half marathon. I want to run another marathon, but or a full marathon, but that's what inspired me so much when I ran a half marathon is seeing people who are 60, 70, 80 years old. I think even a guy was 90 years old walking, jogging sometimes. He was in great shape, but sometimes walking. You see a man walking to his goal, and do you think that he's not going to finish the marathon? No, he actually did complete the marathon. So did everybody else who was in the marathon. Sure, yeah, blah, blah, blah. There's timers on some marathons, but you get what I'm saying, right? And that's why it ties so greatly with Men's Mental Health Month because a lot of men in their lives, um, 3/4 of suicide are from men, right? Grasp that for a second. 3/4 of suicide are from men. Now, of course, I gotta put the cadence, I gotta put the pauses, and yes, women in their lives more, and actually, women are more depressed more than ever, in this generation. Gen Z is more depressed than their previous generations. We can get into all that. Don't want to get into all that. That's not what this video is about. But point being, so many men stop. And you know what's the saddest part? Maybe not the saddest part. Suicide is pretty big, but the saddest part is many men in their lives. Make sure this is recording. The saddest part is that many men in their lives, but they don't actually end their lives. And I don't know which one is worse: killing yourself, actually ending your life, or living a life of mediocrity when you knew that there was greatness inside of you. Living a life of no, living a life of never mind, living a life of I'll do it later, letting the years build upon you, letting your body tear, letting your body weather, knowing that there is greatness inside of you. So many men stop, actually kill themselves, actually end their lives. But some men don't even begin. So it's one of those consistent themes of keep going. Legs broken, arms broken, keep going. Same thing with the marathon. There was people um in wheelchairs. There was people without a leg using the spring. Keep going. Because that is what God wants you to do. That's what you want you to do. And if you ever feel the feeling to stop, whether it's so crazy as suicide or so mediocre, whether it's so crazy as suicide or so mediocre as not going after your path, not going after your vision, not going after your purpose, not going after the thing that's egging you on, the thing that you actually want to pursue, that's where the devil is. And we as God's creation defeat the devil every single day. We go after what we truly want. Every single day, we externalize greatness. That's it for today, guys. I'm going to be making many more videos out here. If you want any one-on-one coaching, DM me on Instagram. I have a school community up right now called Strength and Stride. This is where we talk about fitness, working out, looks maxing, in particular, hybrid training. There's books in there. There's quizzes about the books, so you actually learn about the books. And there's pamphlets that I actually made, like a bulk guide, a stoicism guide. There's a lot of resources in there. So Join it if you want. I believe the first 10 people are completely free. So I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't get heck of views. So if you're watching this, you're probably gonna get it for free. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great one. Keep going. Personalized games.